Sarri with his stupid little cigarette butt. He just takes this thing here. And then he goes to the bench.
Don't forget your glasses.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. Yeah,
Oh my God. Oh,
yeah, he
sorry.
wears the glasses.
Is this a skit? Oh boy.
What is he writing?
Live from
What's
from
this that
ESPN
you
right
want
here.
to take a stupid notebook to write something on? I'll tell you what he wrote, okay?
What do you write? Are you ready?
Yep.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie A audio experience with IFTV.
We're back, boys.
I don't know how we've been doing this for how long, this podcast for this long. I don't know if there's ever been a time I haven't wanted to record a podcast.
Guys, your
longer
phone's
than
got to
this.
go in your pocket. Number one rule on this podcast. A second after making fun of Milan. No, it doesn't matter. It messes up with the connection of the mic.
connection.
Yeah, that's
Mike just
why.
made that up just so nobody has to.
No,
so
no,
you can't
no, I'm
fact check the
serious.
stuff that he says.
This is Manolas rules.
Yo, Anto, speak it to the mic. Come on.
Manolas rules, sorry.
That's another rule that Anto doesn't follow. The
Okay,
mic,
so which
talking
team,
into
by
the
the way, which
microphone.
team are you cheering up today?
Well, Lazio was playing pretty good.
Good, okay.
So maybe
So-
between them and
All right.
Inter still.
That's it, flipped already.
Oh, there was actually a question that someone talked to you that you should be a flipper because you're always going against Inter. So all the teams that you're going against, you're actually flipping yourself. So what do you have to say about that?
Flipping myself?
Yeah.
I must have been copying from you.
Okay.
No,
So we should be making fun of both of us, right?
I actually saw that comment, but I didn't understand it.
No,
Because
I
he's saying he's
understood it. I
going
understood
against.
it.
Say it, Pete.
'Cause
Say it.
what he said was that he didn't know if he had to root for Juventus or Inter.
Yeah, but
winning
he
the
always roots
Scudetto.
for. He always
I
roots
think
for.
first time he rooted for Inter to win the Scudetto. Now he's saying, "Oh, Juventus going."
Yeah, it says Antonio
one
calls
Inter to
Mike
win
Flipper,
Scudetto.
but he
Yeah.
isn't he the one that keeps flipping back and forth between who he wants to finish first? No, you're not.
No, I am not.
Yeah,
Never
not.
do that.
No,
you said
he
Inter
does.
was
No,
going to
he
win
isn't.
everything.
He is
Never.
because
He
he's
said
going
who he
against.
wants to finish first. He always wants what
He's
Juventus.
go-
He
No,
said
no.
Juventus or Inter.
He's going against the teams that play
That's
Inter.
not what it's written.
You guys are playing mind
that's what
games.
he's going with.
You
you
guys
see?
are playing mind
But that's
games.
the
You still
thing.
don't
He
understand.
wants Inter to lose, so he's always going against them with
But
the
that's
team.
not what's
so
written
he's
over here.
flipping.
Okay, guys, we need somebody to do a little brainwashing over here.
Brainwash.
Can we start?
Yeah, we're started.
Oh, we started.
The thing
Yeah.
is live. Somebody else got to take the lead on this one.
Where we
Freaking
starting off
Peter is
first?
smiling over here. We had.
Somebody's going to take the lead. It's first place. Let him take the lead. Go ahead, Pete.
But at
Wait,
least it's not surprising, right? Antonio and I, at least we're right at this point, right?
You want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Take
you
the
can
lead.
start.
Grande
with Inter?
Capitano.
Yeah, let's start with
Oh,
Inter.
boy, I'm
Oh.
excited. Oh, boy,
Hey, by the way,
let's go.
you're sitting on that chair. You see how you are right now?
Yeah.
He was sitting over there because he was first place. Now you took him down to what? To
maybe
second
we'll
again?
be
Back
first
to
Oh,
keep
you
my
went-
feet on the.
Oh, okay.
Keep your feet on the ground.
All right.
I like that. Humble,
Go ahead.
right?
Start with
Start
where
it.
you
Go ahead.
want.
Start it.
All right, so I watched part of the Inter game. I mean, Inter had more chances. They had very good chances to score. Roma, I think in the first 45 minutes they only had one shot with Zaniolo. I think that's the only shot that I saw. But the thing with the Inter that I didn't understand is why were they at the end? Why were they criticizing or Conte
fans, the fans.
with the fans?
Nah.
There was something about Conte that said at the end of the game.
They were whistling the fans.
Yeah.
The fans were whistling because they tied.
Players, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, you should be very happy. You're in first place. I mean, if you cannot appreciate all the work that Conte has done with this team,
Conte
of
again
course.
with his
and the excitement that he has brought up to San Siro in first place. I mean, the guy he never gives up 1 minute of the game. Is always on his toes, running, jumping, screaming. I mean, how can you?
Hey, if you
at
don't
this
want
point,
him, we'll take him.
No, but
Listen,
we can make a swap.
I don't think it's whistling necessarily at Conte.
They're just
think they
annoyed,
felt-
maybe.
Yeah, they felt
Yeah.
like this is the advantage. Juventus now is going to jump back on top.
Yeah.
We let too many things slip. But I agree with you 100%. And in fact, the Curva Nord came out with a statement that all the fans, if you come to the stadium, you have to be able to support your team for the whole 90
good.
minutes, especially when we have a game versus Barcelona, which is very, very important on Tuesday. And they came out and they said, listen, you have to support no matter what. We're Inter and...
I don't know. I don't know about the Inter fans because I spoke to a few of the Inter fans on Saturday after the game, and I said, congratulations, you're in first place. Oh, he goes, no, we are in first place.
Mind games. They learn from Mourinho. Wow.
No, he goes, we're in first place only for today. I mean, what kind of Inter fan are
because
you
if
if you think that the next day you're going to be in second
Well,
place?
I don't
mean,
think there's
Joke.
anything.
It's like how
no. The
this
people
is
that I
joke.
talked to, they were not joking.
No, I'm not saying the joke, but they're being a little bit more realistic. They were just assuming that the best team in Italy would beat Lazio, even though it'd be a tough game.
Lazio, I mean, Lazio is a
The
very.
most
That's what I
informed
said.
team.
Even though it's
Lazio
a
is a
tough game.
very good
no, I
team.
get that.
Probably
But
the most informed team in
But
Italy.
Juve in the past
Lazio.
head-to-head games, they've beaten them, and there's like a big record that they haven't beaten them in like 10 years or something like that. There's nothing
Okay.
wrong with that. But
I understand, but
16 years.
do you think that Conte
You're
goes into
undecided.
the field thinking,
No,
"Oh, I'm going to
no.
be now
Yeah.
in second place"?
No,
I mean,
definitely
the guy
not.
is going to the field. He
course,
wants
yeah.
to win every game, and that's he pushes everybody that believe, and the fans should believe it too. They shouldn't be there whistling at him. I mean, look at what Inter has done this
Yeah,
year.
they did
But at the
amazing.
same-
Look
at
at
the
the
same-
other teams that have changed. They brought in a new coach. Look at where they are.
No, they gave a
Some
lot.
of them
but
were sacked already.
Conte also said post-match too to support the team.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
everyone should be together, which is good at the end of the
Right.
day. But I think it was mostly the frustration, like Peter was saying, rather than like booing the players or team or whatever it was.
I think it's just the understanding of what that game meant, and I guess
Exactly.
they were afraid that Juventus now they're gonna have the chance to
To
go
leap
over
back.
where we had one-on-one chances. You saw.
Yeah,
Lukaku
two
and
huge,
Lautaro were off.
two huge golden
Vecino,
chances.
like right in front of the
Yeah,
goal.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
all-
Yeah, no, you did have
What's
the
the name?
chance.
You
You had the chances. You had
I
very
think they
good
got
chances.
frustrated because-
Mirante passed the ball right to Lukaku,
Yeah.
and we can't finalize.
Yeah, that's
it.
one-
What more do you want, Pete? You want Mirante to
that's the
score on
point.
himself?
That's
Yeah.
the point. But you know what? That's the game. But the ball is around.
You know-
Sometimes you miss. You're not playing up to par. It happens. You can't win every game. You're
I
gonna
wa-
try to win.
I
Every
would
game.
like to say something about what you just said about Mirante passing the ball. I hate
Passing
the
from the
two
back?
players. No, now when the goalkeeper's got the ball and it's a goal kick,
Passes it
I
to the right
hate the two players. They stay 2 yards from them. What the hell are you doing
trying to
inside
build-
the area?
build from the back, they wanna
If,
do
you
it.
know, if the other team wants to pressure you, he can. You know, they got 3 forwards right there. They can pressure you. You lose the ball. It's a goal, and they could have scored 2 goals into. But this kind
those
of
were
mistakes.
stupid mistakes. It's not like it happens every
No,
game.
no, no. It happens
Wow.
a lot. I remember
That pass like that, though?
It happens a lot. I remember in the first game, was it? I think it was the first game.
I don't
Or
remember.
against Fiorentina. Chiesa almost scored 2 goals.
From that?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
goalkeeper gave the wrong ball and he was there.
Napoli,
And
the game that you were
it
at.
was it Napoli or Juventus?
I think Juventus game.
It was Juventus, where
Szczesny almost gave the
Szczesny
ball.
I don't remember.
hit the ball. He was standing inside the
Oh,
area.
yeah, I do
He hit
remember.
Chiesa.
Yeah, it should have went in.
Yeah,
it went
it went
out.
like this
yeah, I
much.
do remember that. I remember
No,
that.
it's true. Even
Ended as a draw that game.
Lazio versus Juventus. I mean, if
Yeah.
you saw every time Strakosha had the ball, Acerbi came to
Yeah, that
receive
was-
the ball 2 steps from him.
Because all of those
trying
goalkeepers,
to attract.
they're trying to copy from Donnarumma because they see Milan builds up.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the very
Donnarumma
back.
can't even kick a
Donnarumma
ball.
is
What are you
bad.
talking about?
He missed
Listen,
it.
He's the worst with his feet.
Yeah, he is.
Upgrade.
It's
All
not
right,
good.
let's talk about Inter right now. Forget about.
Oh, wow, Pete.
But about
thought.
about the whistles, I think that it was more so, and this is what I saw. My perspective was Conte was scared. You never see Conte scared, but he was scared at the end. If you see who he put in
subs,
D'Ambrosio at the end. I felt like Inter.
He's a joker.
I
He's trying to play for the tie.
I think that Inter at that moment they didn't have it to score. And he was playing to be more safe than rather to win it. And I understand that he didn't want to take the risk of putting Esposito, who at 17.
Yeah, what
is
happened with
probably
that,
not-
Pete? That's a good point.
No, I think also.
No, I think it was definitely that.
The point was okay. Not that he's happy with a tie, but you rather tie than lose that game.
Yeah.
Lose
because you
what?
hold on, and
I think
Conte-
that's what the
what I-
frustration was. It
so
seemed like they were okay with accepting
there's
the
2
tie.
points that I see with
That's what I
Conte.
saw.
From that
And maybe
decision.
if
Yes.
you guys have a good idea. Conte doesn't like to change formation because when you're down, you would think, okay, or it's 0-0, so you don't have to really change anything. But when you're down, to add another striker, would you be able to change into a 4-3-3 or a different type of formation? That's one.
It's so weird because he started with a
doesn't-
4-2-4 in
He
his
doesn't
career.
really change. He keeps it very, very simple and
3-5-2.
what it is. Then we're missing players in midfield. So, I mean, we didn't have chances to put Candreva. They had to make a substitution.
Borja
early.
Valero was starting.
Borja Valero was
Yeah,
starting.
but
so you're
Candreva
missing
comes out. You got
midfielders.
Lazaro.
You don't
he was
know
even
who
better.
to put in. And I guess Esposito, he's good, but he's
not
young.
ready.
I mean, if you had the chance to have Lautaro or Lukaku,
But
and
both
they're
of them
playing,
were off. Both of them. You see,
know.
I mean, Lautaro's missing in front
That's
of the net.
true.
The ball goes through his legs.
But that- I
I
mean-
would have. I thought that would have been the move to try to pounce and get the 3 points. But like you said, you're not going to win every game. And I want to give Roma credit because nobody's talking about Roma here. Yeah. I don't agree. I think that Roma played a fantastic 45 minutes. Chris Smalling needs to let Lukaku out of his pocket because he was unbelievable. Smalling was brilliant in defense.
I agree.
And I think Roma overall, the way that they build, and Fonseca's been hit with a lot of injuries. That guy never makes one excuse. The one thing I like about him.
Thank you. Here we go.
He has
no excuse. We have
Dzeko, his starting striker, by the way, Dzeko was sick. You know, the guy was half dead. You saw his face during the match. He couldn't
came only
start.
for 10 minutes.
He had Zaniolo as the false number 9 in a new position that he couldn't really play there. And I thought Roma played great. I really did. Second half, they didn't really play. But the first 45 minutes were great. Fluid. I love the buildup that they have. They're dangerous on certain attacks. And with a couple more pieces for Roma, I think that they're going to be a really good team. And also, Mirante. I mean, Roma are a team that they got two starting goalkeepers because Mirante is top class. Every time that guy comes in, he does a brilliant job. Good job by him from stepping in for Paul Lopez, and he saved. Without him, he saves the game for them.
It would have been a different game though if they scored on his mistake.
And again, Chris Smalling, I can't praise him enough. He was so good. Mancini. He made a couple mistakes.
I want to give my positives
Smalling,
for Roma. Yeah, I agree with you for most of the stuff. Roma definitely were more organized. They defended like a unit. They attacked as a unit. But it seemed like they were more conservative. They were absorbing the attacks for Inter other than waiting for the counterattack. But yeah, I do give a lot of credit, like you said.
Fonseca's
the injuries,
first year in Serie A too.
First year, they've been dealt with a lot, and still putting out quality performances like this. There was only a couple of like brain farts that they had, but other than that, a great performance. And Inter just couldn't find a goal
Italian
past
Milano
them.
is very good for Roma.
Oh, yeah.
It's very
Big
good against the best
positive.
team in Italy right now.
Roma played
it's
well.
Very
They're
good.
proving me wrong this season.
I'm happy with
Not
it for Roma.
exaggerate. The best team. They've been a little
I'm just going off the
lucky.
stats. The best defense, the best attack,
Best coach, right?
best coach,
Best colors.
Conte came
the
before
best
game.
two strikers, right?
He said, Fonseca's doing a great job, and he has an identity.
Yeah,
You know what
they
I'm
do.
saying? You see his imprint
you
on
do.
this Roma team. So it's going to take
It's
some
not easy,
time.
too.
And also, injuries, certain players maybe could use it. Certain positions could have an upgrade.
Big time.
I like Fonseca. I mean, he's a very balanced coach. He doesn't get too excited.
Right.
Except in
Yeah.
Champions League, but
Yeah,
it was understandable for
yeah,
that.
but
That was,
yeah.
and Europa League.
I mean,
sorry.
it
was understandable.
That was not a handball.
Yeah.
That was BS.
And but he seems like very level-headed,
Yeah, I like him a
balanced.
lot.
He knows what
Is he
he's
Portuguese,
saying.
this guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Portuguese.
He must be the wine.
And,
The Porto.
Calms him down.
No, he's doing a
Yeah,
fantastic
probably.
job for the first year. He's doing a fantastic job with that team.
Again, with the injuries, if Dzeko is a fully fit Dzeko, we know how good he is. They needed a guy to hold up the play because every time De Vrij, Skriniar, Godin, Zaniolo did very
They're
good.
losing possession
For
a
being
lot of
in
the time.
For being in a new position, he did very good, but he's not that false number 9. If they would have had Dzeko, who was able to play there, I think it would have been a much more interesting
So,
game.
Pete, count your blessing for this week.
But
But it
Inter
changes
also
the
missed
game.
Barella and
It
Sensi.
changes
That's
the
true.
game.
They did. Also, I want to remind everybody, our tracksuits are still available. We still have some
God.
left.
As you can see,
Listen, by the way, you're talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I went to play with your father with a bunch of old timers on the field.
We saw the
asking.
videos.
Everybody's asking about this thing here, and I told guys, we have a few more days. They're flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
Huge shipment is gone. How many more? Not that many
Yeah,
left.
we don't have that
much.
many more. I think
Guys,
Smalls
hurry
are
up.
already gone.
Don't say
Extra
that I never
small are
said
gone.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
we heard Antonio's review on them. Gaetano, you had them for a couple of days. How does it feel?
It feels great.
Yeah.
Really, the material is really good. I mean, you guys did a good job.
Right.
With the
This is not a
material.
paid advertisement, by the way,
No,
right?
no, no. No, I mean, it feels like I could stay with this.
You can, it feels good. You can almost sleep in it, right?
Yeah, you can go home, sit down, and
Yeah, you
sit
can-
down on the couch.
It's
It's
comfortable.
very
It's like pajama
comfortable.
Oh, that's good.
But we have a couple left from our December drop. The long sleeves are almost gone. There's like maybe
Yeah,
one or
there's a
two in
few-
a couple
few
sizes.
left. Why don't
couple
you make
random
another
sizes.
big order?
So it's in ItalianFootballTV.com. The Italian tees, those were gone in like 20
We
minutes.
still have a few beanies
the hoodies,
also.
The hoodies are gone.
Beanies,
Yeah, these flew off real quick.
So make another big order.
And I want to say, anyone who gets
Never
any
listen to me.
anyone who gets anything from our December job, which I said there's still beanies, tracksuits, and long sleeves, Mike, go get it. You actually entered to a giveaway. We have a signed Lukaku Calcio tee.
Big
This is from
Rob,
a while ago.
Big Rob.
Yeah, this is from.
Lukaku.
Yeah, we got this a
Grande
while ago.
Lukaku.
We'll pop the picture on.
When he was at Manchester United.
So anyone who bought something already, you're already entered. The more items that you buy, the more
Wow.
entry. We're gonna give you
This
an
is
extra
big.
entry.
Pete, you should enter the contest.
we
You can get
gotta
Lukaku.
lock this up. He's gonna try to steal this from the studio.
Oh, yeah.
I would put this in an auction.
No, I would just put it in a lockable place so that Pete doesn't walk away with his stuff here.
You got to be careful with the Inter fans, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Right.
From a Juventus fan.
Oh, yeah.
And also, last little plug. We have gift cards available on our website right now. So if you don't know what you want, or you want to give it to a family member for Christmas or something,
holidays.
you give a gift card. The next drop, they'll have some money. They'll be able to get anything.
If
from
they're
the Calcio
fast
drop.
enough, though,
How
right?
did you order the gift card? Is there at the bottom of the
It's at
screen?
the bottom, the top, the corner, the middle, everything. Also, everyone was laughing that you were interviewing those Juventus fans today.
Oh, this morning?
Yeah, you got them a little bit
Who
mad.
was laughing?
People online, like we posted it online.
good.
I showed you some of the
I
comments.
hope they're not crying. I was that way. Hey, I heard from the horse's mouth that that's what you're gonna do. You just go out and you just ask them what did they think, and then they basically agree with us.
So for the people that didn't see it, what was the perception from the
Basically,
Juventus
there were
fans?
few of the Juventus fans that they come all dressed up,
With Juve
like-
jerseys.
They look like they were gonna go play on Sunday.
With Ronaldo,
Those guys don't
right?
look like they're gonna play.
all agree. All of them technically, they all agree that Sarri does not belong.
No,
over
there was
there.
one that didn't.
Well,
One that said it wasn't Sarri's fault.
he was trying to be politically correct because there was a camera. It was the phone recorded.
But he said Ronaldo was not good.
You know what? One thing that did strike me today, it was Ludovico's comment. Ludovico's a Napoli fan. I said, Ludo, what the hell is going on with this Sarri and
Oh, yeah,
and
what did he
Ronaldo?
say?
He said to me, you don't get it. He said, Ronaldo is not what he used to be. He says, this is Ludo's. Hey, Ludo, you can call if I'm lying to you. This is Ludo's word. He said, Ronaldo on a 1v1, he cannot make it anymore. He's done. He cannot really
So
jump.
why are
the
you
person.
playing him to play as a 1v1?
But that's what I asked him too. I said, why you just put him on the position to do that?
Yeah.
Just why don't you keep him like on the
Striker, yeah.
the striker, right on the
Yeah.
middle of the box,
Exactly.
and don't make him sacrifice to go back and forth to pick up the ball and
what'd he
build
say?
up the play.
What'd he say?
He said it's not Sarri's fault, according to Ludo. I said it's Ronaldo is done, according to Ludo. So, do I agree? No. I think Sarri's system it's not good for people and superstars like Ronaldo. That's it.
Interesting
His
perspective
decision
from
making,
him.
His decision making in
Are we talking
subbing.
about Juventus?
Yeah, we'll go into it.
His decision making in subbing the players with this Bernardeschi. What are you doing with this Bernardeschi? The guy doesn't even belong on the bench or not like a water boy. Just take him out of the team and just only if necessary when the game is been putting away. Then you give him, garbage time. But the guy's not a Juventus caliber player. Come on.
So Lazio Juventus, the happiness that I saw in Pete and Mike's face. These guys
understatement,
went
right?
out partying last night.
boy.
They were so happy.
I don't remember where I was last night. That's how crazy it was.
Lazio, I gotta say first of all,
So that's why you're wearing the Lazio colors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
sure.
he's flipping too. Everyone's
boy.
flipping over here.
Oh, brother.
If you can't beat them, join them, right?
I want to give credit to Lazio before I talk about Juventus because I saw some people taking credit away and saying, blaming the referee, and the referee could be at fault for certain problems, but Lazio completely deserved that win, and I think it would have been wrong for any other scoreline than it was a Lazio win. 3-1, and Simone Inzaghi has really a good team at his hands. He's got a solid squad. We've always criticized Lazio. We said, they play great. They've got great players, talented players, but the consistency sometimes was not always there. We saw last year, and they never got that Champions League spot. And it feels like this year they've ironed out some of those things, and they're able to always compete with the top teams, being able to put in performances week in and week out. And against Juventus, I thought they played the perfect match. They played really great. They could have been up even more than what this
Immobile
was.
missed a penalty. Well, Szczesny saved
So
it.
before I say anything about Juventus, I want to say Lazio, great job. And this team is really, I didn't put them in a Champions League spot before the season. I think you
yeah,
did.
Pete did.
Did you put Lazio?
I think you
might
might have.
put Lazio. I put Roma. But
I put
man,
Milan.
Man,
I think I put Lazio.
I think you guys both put Lazio, but man, they are,
Dude.
when they are on their game, they are such a tough team.
3
to beat.
points away from Juventus right now in
And
third
five-
place, and
and five from
five
first place.
from Inter, which is
Really good.
incredible.
Let's talk about Lazio.
Yeah.
So a few things. Like you said, maybe there was a couple of mistakes that the referee made on a big game, but overall, Lazio played good soccer. And the goal that Savic scored, my God, that guy
that finish
is unbelievable. I know that he doesn't do it, he doesn't have that high standard of level all the games, but the way that this guy scored that goal, I mean, the guy is a champion. One thing that I would like to say about Sarri and about Inzaghi, I mean, how can you take... you're losing the game and you take Dybala out of the game. The guy is right now is the best player in Juventus. Is on his game. He scores. He's been scoring, and you take him out of the game. I mean, to me, it showed that he didn't want to win this game. Because over there, what you have to do is you have to leave Dybala, put Higuain. So you go with Higuain, Ronaldo, but you don't take Dybala out. And then the move that Inzaghi made, which I thought it was... I know that it's brilliant if it works out. It's never, but he had the courage. He had the courage to take a midfielder out and he's winning, and to put a forward out, and that forward scored.
That's crazy.
You have to give him all the credit that he deserves.
He had a man up, but either way, and I know that's an argument. The only reason I'm saying that is because that's an argument that people keep writing. It's like, oh, it's easy when you have a man up. But still, if you look at most teams, even in Serie A, even Inter, a lot of these guys, even Conte would have put in another defender 100%. And solidified the win. Not many would have had the guts to put in another striker still at that moment.
To take the game home
exactly.
with a 2-1.
Especially
with
against
a midfielder or defender, like you said.
Especially against a Juventus
like Gaetano said, he puts a forward on.
Like this Juventus, they've literally done it to Lazio before. Lazio, remember Dybala scored in the 90-something minute. They're capable. They have players, Ronaldo, that's capable of scoring late on, even when they're not playing well. So it's still very risky. And if we're talking about that, I think that Juventus, the way that they start, the craziest thing is that I'm not surprised that they lost. Like, I thought it was going to be a tie, but it's not surprising that they lost because the way that they've been going about this entire season has been extremely poor. And I think that Bentancur started the match, and he started really well, actually.
He got subbed off.
He was really good. Injury. Then he got injured. He came off. So Juventus started with 10 men because Bernardeschi was starting. So they started with 10 guys. Then they took off Bentancur, and they put in Emre Can, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So they went down to 9 men when they put Emre Can in. The guy,
you understand the logic? It's like
they're not even they're not even a player.
They don't even count.
Emre Can, I didn't see him sprint once.
No.
He looked tired when he got on the field. The guy's got cement feet. I mean, the midfield of Juventus. And then the craziest thing, like he said, to take Dybala out when you're losing 2-1 and you have a midfield of Emre Can and Matuidi, neither of which provide you any attacking capabilities at all, and you leave them on, and you take out Dybala, who, yes, he was not having the best of matches, and he screwed up on that where he took the shot and he missed.
Instead of passing.
But still, it is absolutely insane to me that was the move.
The thing, he's done that before, though. He's done that more. It's not like it's the first time taking out Dybala and putting in Higuain, which I think one time he did take him out, brought in Higuain, and they did score the winner. But I don't know why he's doing that. Maybe he saw that Dybala wasn't having the best match. Maybe he was mad about the decision that he didn't pass to Ronaldo.
Dybala was playing good.
He was playing well.
He had that mistake where he took the shot.
Was that
and he didn't pass
was that the
everybody.
costly thing to take him out, though? Maybe
No,
that's why.
Because he has this quote that he kept saying about the balance of a team, where he says that Bernardeschi is there and he can't play Dybala, Higuain. He says playing Dybala, Higuain, and Ronaldo together sounds nice when you're talking at a table like this, but there's no balance of the team. But what balance does Bernardeschi bring? He makes an imbalance because you're playing with one less.
He defends.
The guy is so bad.
all over the place.
I mean, to keep saying this constantly is crazy. Look at him on Luis Alberto. The goal,
Yeah,
even
the
on the goal.
the equalizer.
I don't even see him provide defensive ability. That he gave Luis Alberto his right foot. He allowed him to cut
He
in.
sat him down. He froze him on the spot.
It's just crazy
Listen,
to me.
you want to know what? Okay, you guys, you said it all, right? You want to know my take? My take is Sarri. You keep just making references. Sarri with his stupid little cigarette butt. He just takes this thing here, and then he goes to the bench.
Don't forget your glasses.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. Yeah,
Oh my God! Oh,
yeah, he
sorry.
wears the glasses.
Is this a skit? Oh boy.
What is he writing?
Live from
What's
from
this that
ESPN
you
right
have
here.
to take a stupid notebook to write something on? I'll tell you what he wrote, okay?
What do you write?
Juventus is winning 1-0, right? I said, that's all on me. Because of me, they're winning, you see? And then he shows a picture of himself. Guys, I'm going to show you. With a
You actually
nice
wrote
cigar
something?
or cigarette butt smoking. Not joking.
it over there.
I saw it. Somebody sent
They
me
can
the
see.
note.
Just point it towards that camera, the other camera.
Right here? Yes.
Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Then what happened is Juventus ties, Lazio ties the game. And then guess what he writes on his stupid notebook?
What does he write?
It does it in Italian, but I translate it for him.
Okay,
'Cause
thank
I
you.
got it.
Very
letting us
thoughtful
know.
for you.
He says, oh shit.
Did you write oh shit?
Yeah, he
Did you write oh shit?
Yeah, he did.
That's what they said. Merda. He says, those losers don't understand my system. I'm not joking, guys. Here you go.
Here you go.
Is anybody else confused?
So let me give you
Anything more?
1 second.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
finished. I can
There's
sense
so-
it.
so-
There's one more
Wait,
line.
he's
Where's
still
this-
writing.
He's still writing.
Well, he goes back on the bench. He makes the stupid substitutions and all the stuff. Lazio, 2-1. Then he says, oh mio Dio. And then translate in Italian, says, OMG. He says, oh my God. He says, oh my God. Agnelli is going to kick my ass.
Nice.
This is officially right.
This is what-
official.
Live from ESPN right here. This is Saudi
because
right here.
because they're looking at the way he's
Oh,
writing.
Yeah, they
got it
do
from
it. They
behind.
invece del labiale, they just looking at the
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Labiale.
They're looking at the striking of the pen.
Oh
Then,
man,
And it's not over yet, guys.
hey,
Wait, there's
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
the guy's been writing for a romance on the bench.
I think he writes more than he watches the game.
Listen to me. Lazio goes up 3-1. He said, shit, now I'm out. Then he says, then at the bottom he says, who cares? Screw those guys. Let them pay me. Let them pay my big salary. I'm going to be staying home, smoking my big cigar. And that's what the
He
bottom
spells
line is.
cigar with an
I
S.
joke- He smokes cigars?
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
Well, that's why. Why does he?
Because they're not allowed. They don't allow him to smoke.
Why does he have the cigarette butt
For
like
the
this?
taste of the
They don't allow
tobacco,
him to
right?
smoke it.
Because he has a problem. He's got a titch.
He's got a tick. You
What does he say?
Take-
30 to 40 cigarettes a month?
Okay, the guy's
A
crazy.
month or a week?
A week? Was it a week?
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's only a
pack is
cigarette a
torn.
day. Yeah.
Right,
What
the
am I
bottom
saying?
line,
I don't know.
guys. The bottom line is this: his body language is not conducive for Juventus
Conducive.
to just attack and then just to make up for their mistake. It's not there.
Isn't it weird too that he said last week, I've never heard Juventus, a Juventus coach or director or a player ever speak about mentality before, but he said maybe we weren't there mentally. Like our mentality wasn't there, which is like one of the craziest things I've ever heard, because even when Allegri, Juventus didn't play well, they always had that winning mentality. So to say maybe there was a switch off is kind of scary. It's like what is going on there that the mentality is not there.
No, you know what he does? I'll tell you what. I seen it. He pulls himself out of the game. Sarri, instead of just being on and trying to encourage the team to do better or try to catch up or do the right thing, he pulls himself out. Because he said, oh, you see, they don't understand what I'm trying to tell them. Because that's what happened. When something goes wrong, it's somebody else's fault. But when something goes right, it's all over there. He does his stupid little walk around at the baseline over there. But he's not a coach that can transmit emotion to the team. This guy here, emotionally, he's got no emotion. Okay? The only thing that he does is take his stupid pen, he puts his glasses on, and with his stupid cigar butt, he takes stupid notes that nobody cares. What are you writing down? Go, like Gaetano said, at the end of the game, go back home, go back on the clubhouse, put the TV on, watch the game, and there you take the notes with the guys and said, hey guys, do you see what you did?
but-
You screwed up on this. Next time, do it
but
the other
his
way.
note taking isn't the factor behind why Juventus lost, or he's
So
not
what
able
is he
to fix
writing
it.
down?
He's just writing
Every
some
coach is
tactics and
different. It's not
notes.
about
You know
notes.
what? Took notes during the game? Another stupid coach.
Mourinho.
Oh.
And guess what he won?
Did he?
Guess what he won?
buddy.
What?
What did he win?
How many times he's been taking notes and he's been losing every
come on.
Hey, come on.
Okay, let's
Listen,
continue.
my-
Forget
Yeah,
about
so-
the notes.
I think first off, my analysis of the game, Lazio played an amazing game. That midfield that they have, Lucas Leiva,
Milinkovic,
Savic, Luis
Alberto.
Alberto, what a combination. Each one does something, different. Lucas
Well
Leiva is
operated
that
machine,
general,
yeah, well oiled.
cleans up everything. Milinkovic Savic, the mezzala, is running up and down, and you see him making great runs. The second goal that he scored, The first goal he scored, the second goal for Lazio. What a run, diagonal run, and then able
What
to
about
get it collected.
Chiellini? What about
And that-
Chiellini?
Chiellini.
Chiellini,
Bonucci.
Bonucci.
Yeah, well,
Bonucci is just.
Okay.
Thank
But-
the Lord, we gave him back to
Yeah.
Juventus.
And
You
then
know?
Luis Alberto's that trequartista style that makes something happen. He was the one that gave the long pass. But that being said, Juventus, Sarri, if we talk about Sarri, I think there's something wrong with his management style. Not so much that the players are not buying into his system. I think they're not buying into him. That could be something that's difficult because we've seen.
I agree
We've
with him.
seen.
For the first time, I agree with him.
We've seen this Juventus team, and this is, mind you, this is the first loss of the season. So
Yeah.
this is not like something that's,
In all competitions.
in all competitions. It's not like.
By the way, the
they've
last
been
time
losing.
you said, last podcast, you were like, they never lost. They never
I
lost.
know,
Everybody
I said
relax.
that.
Now,
I said
now
that.
we lose.
Yeah,
Don't
but-
say
but-
anything
but
more.
he's happy, he's happy.
Don't say
But
anything
what
more.
I'm trying to say
Please.
what I'm trying to say is Allegri, right? For the past however seasons, they were able to win, but they didn't necessarily play convincing football
At all.
or a nice.
But they had the
fluid
mentality.
football. But they have the mentality to win, and that's in part Allegri's style. Not so much because Juventus weren't able to do it.
And
Now,
also,
with-
Ronaldo was in a normal position.
Yeah.
And Ronaldo was a key last season.
wait a
but
moment.
now with Sarri, I think it's a test to his character, really, because a lot of things don't get out of the Juventus team,
Locker room, yeah.
and stuff. But you saw some sense of nervousism. No, they were the players, Bonucci, Quadrado,
Didn't seem confident.
Ronaldo when he got subbed off and he just storms out.
But we've seen that.
But
Bonucci, one time he did that and they sent him up in Champions League. It did happen. It did happen. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
There was a couple moments. Just to give, blanket statement. I agree. I understand where you're going with it. But yeah. What were you going to say? What were you going to say? 'Cause you were gonna say something.
Before you go,
Go where?
this guy here, Sarri, the Sarri system in Napoli, right? Did you actually see the same system adapted or slightly tweaked with the Juventus? What is his system? I still don't get it.
No, it's not a Juventus.
What does a Sarri see? Why somebody
midfield.
Why somebody's elevating this coach as a Sarri system? What is his system?
what were you gonna
Explain
say?
it to me, please.
No, I was
What
going to
is the
say
system?
that Allegri would have never lost that game yesterday in that fashion. I mean, he would have gotten the worst. He would have gotten
draw.
a tie. No, I was going to say that for the first 15 games, Juventus has got 15 goals, and that's the most in the last 5 years.
Really?
Since Allegri was there, he never got 15 goals in 15 games.
The defense has been really
So
bad.
this is the highest goals that they received in the last 5 years.
Wow.
And
With Allegri.
Bonucci, was it? No, Chiellini. I sent you guys a clip. Chiellini was saying how Sarri's system, if we're going to keep saying
Again,
Sarri's system,
again.
I know it's
You
going to trigger
triggered
him.
him.
He was saying it's very different than Allegri, where Allegri, we would all drop back and you'd have 8-9 guys behind the ball, whereas Sarri wants us very high up in the pitch, tighten it down, but then you see a lot of movements where they're able to break you in a couple moves, and all of a sudden,
Long ball, bang.
and Juventus' defense has not been on its game. We've seen it very, very
I just want to
clearly without Chiellini.
I want to throw something in. We talked about the good and the bads of this game. I just want to bring something up. There's a few people asking about this too. Was Lazio also got a penalty, and Ciro Immobile, the current capocannoniere that has 17 goals, he did not look confident going up. He didn't seem like he had that killer instinct. Was this just a mere thing, or is this something that has plagued his career?
Before
Another guy that he
Before
chokes
anyone
under
answers,
pressure.
when we saw the penalty kick about to be taken, Antonio, Gaetano, and I all said he was gonna miss. Mike thought he was gonna score with this thing. I'm telling you, we've seen this guy. I
What
don't
do you
want
have
to
to
be.
say?
I don't want to be
It's
the.
not-
I don't want to be the guy that
He's
keeps
a
saying it.
choker. Under
but
pressure, he's
I
a
feel like in
choker.
those pressure situations,
What do you guys think? I want to hear your opinions on this.
Why he looked nervous
Yeah, he looked very
scared.
just before he went, and what I have to
He's
say,
looking down. Come on.
I don't know if in the national team he hasn't shown me that he can go to the next level. Okay, he does well maybe in the campionato. You know, there's only 2-3 tough teams. The rest of the teams, he can
Manageable.
score. Yeah, manageable.
Against Spal.
I mean, you can score maybe against some of the teams that are weaker in Europe. Maybe Switzerland and this and Malta and those. But when it comes to the big game and that you need to put the goals in, is in front of the goal and he can put it
misses.
in.
Even the rebound.
Yeah.
The
can put
rebound
it
was
in.
almost more
That was
shocking.
pretty bad, yeah.
I thought
I
for
thought
sure
it-
the
yeah,
rebound
you
he
thought-
had
okay,
it.
that's
I said,
fine.
God damn it, this guy got it right back.
I don't know. I mean, he's doing well this year, and I'm hoping that he comes out with
Yeah.
it, and that brings it into the national team with the same
mentality.
mentality that he can start, that he can score a goal. But he hasn't shown it to me in a different.
We all are hoping him well, by the way. We all hoping him well.
P, what
We
do you
wish
think
that
on
he would-
this?
Yeah, I think
Do you agree?
he's a hardworking striker. He can score goals like Gaetano said in Serie A. But then when you reach the next level, it takes that much more to be able to score the goal. And you see it. He's able to. He's fast. He's able to score, but he has a heavy touch. And when you're in tighter area with better defenders, you have to have
The
that
thing,
perfect
the
touch
thing
to
is,
get
he's
away
scoring
and be able to
penalties all
score.
season. He's been the number one
The
taker,
penalty-
and this
the
one.
penalty,
But Gaetano,
you miss some, you
Gaetano,
score
did you
So you
some.
think it was
It's
just a fluke
Just let's
thing,
analyze the
or?
penalty.
But he
guys.
definitely looked. He
looked
definitely.
nervous.
Yeah,
he
he
definitely.
did. He looked
pressure-
un-
the
he looked
pressure was on.
uneasy.
Once we all saw him go up, we were like, oh my god, this guy's gonna miss the
Yeah,
penalty.
the pressure was on.
Let's
him, and he
analyze
did-
the
he didn't-
penalty. Let's analyze the penalty. He puts the ball over there on the staff. He adjusted the ball a little bit.
I've never heard of analyzing a
He
penalty kick.
crosses the grass a little bit, make sure that everything's just there. And then he started to look down. You have to just face the goalkeeper. He said, I'm not afraid of you. I'm looking at you. I'm going to screw you up. So instead of looking at the goalkeeper, he's looking down a little bit. What are you doing? Just go over there. And then he takes the ball. It wasn't on an angle, the shot. It was just middle of the
It's a
size.
bad
It was
penalty.
middle right.
So normally, aren't you waiting for the goalkeeper to make a little move?
Everybody's got a different style.
Yeah, everyone.
But
Now
like I
looking
said,
at
the
keeper,
rebound
Szczesny
was
was
crazy.
good. Szczesny
Yeah,
was-
Szczesny was great.
Went this way,
And then faked him.
Yeah.
and then he went.
But he got the
By the
rebound. He
way,
got the second chance.
I have a few
which
more
is
topics
crazy.
before. I know we're talking about Juventus a lot, but it's a big talking point.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a first. It's the biggest team in Italy. All of our friends keep messaging us. Oh my God, Serie A. You look at the Premier League, which is 14 points between Liverpool and Man
One-horse
City,
race.
and then everybody's like, "What the hell? The Inter's in first over here." Lazio beat Juventus
2
that they would
points.
never expect. It's interesting. That's why we have to talk about it a lot. Szczesny is such an underrated keeper. Without this guy, Lazio would have been up 11 goals to 1. He is.
I agree.
I think that a lot of teams, a lot of people in Europe would like to say Oblak is unbelievable, Ederson is unbelievable, goalkeepers, but Szczesny is so
Maybe
much
Buffon
better.
could have saved
He's
the
under the
game.
radar for
He's
sure.
really is under the radar. And I think
yeah.
that he's one of the few guys that you could say consistently for Juventus. There's a lot of guys who are not performing, and he's one of
been
the guys that continues to keep
constantly,
performing.
consistently.
Great reflexes, and he's grown a lot since his time at Arsenal. I used to see him at Arsenal and all this stuff, and I didn't think he was a good keeper. Even at Roma, he
From
built,
Roma, he built a
up.
huge amount. From
And he
going to
deserves
Juve.
credit. Two more things. I know it's a lot. Number one, I feel like Juventus, like you were saying, that he doesn't transmit any energy. And it feels like this Juventus, there's no real spirit going
Nothing.
forward. And it's kind of what we saw under Allegri. It was draining, that hunger, that will. And it makes me think about, and I know apparently he doesn't fit under the system, a guy like Mandzukic, who is the guy that will die for the shirt.
He oozes
will,
passion.
He will
He's
bleed.
a bull, the guy. He's an animal.
And I feel like Juventus at a point you
need
kinda,
somebody
you
like
need
that.
You need that guy who's just gonna tell you guys, we gotta go. We gotta go hard in a challenge. Be that danger in the box.
Pitbull.
Which then transitions me to my second to last point of Ronaldo. Way too many times this guy's picking the ball up in the left
Come
midfield,
on.
center midfield. He needs to play as a striker. I know that they have him and Dybala up top. They play very well together. That the goal was beautiful from Juventus, by the way. You saw that. That's the Sarri type style that you saw in Napoli.
Sarri again.
It
Forget
was.
about
No,
Sarri.
it was. You
It
have to
was,
say
it
it
was.
when it is. But he is way too isolated. He's not 26 years old anymore. He can't beat his man. I agree that he's not that great beating his man. He can, but that's not the best thing
It's
about
not
him.
his forte.
The best thing about him
Not
is
anymore.
inside the box. The guy knows how to bang in goals. We saw it against Atletico. We saw it last year. You put the ball in the box, he'll beat you to the head. He's got a touch. He could do a bicycle kick. He could do all these things. And you're weakening him by making him pick up the ball in the center midfield. And so many times Juventus don't even have a guy as a target man. So that's and the last thing is, again, the midfield, which I have a question, which is whose decision was it to keep Emre Can, Matuidi,
Bernardeschi.
Rabiot, Ramsey. I mean, Rabiot and Ramsey, first of all, everyone keeps saying, oh my God, we got these guys for free. We got these guys for free. Yeah, but what's the value lost when you don't sign a really good player and you get guys that are not good players?
Rabiot is a good player.
No, he's not. He's not.
Listen.
He hasn't done anything yet. And that's my question.
How is
Was
he
this-
not done anything?
was-
You never played him.
Yes, exactly. There's been criticism of why he can't play. Anyway, is this, in this summer, was this Sarri who said, these midfielders are good enough for me? Or is this the management? Is this Paratici who says, well, we're not going to get you anybody
It
else?
must be the management because
Well,
those aren't Sarri's players. Look at Napoli's
But I think
midfield.
they would
Complete
want-
what is
opposite.
Sarri-
But he said
What do you
this is
want?
not going to be Napoli. He said Juve is not going to be Napoli. He said I'm going to be different. It's not going to be the same thing.
But didn't they want to get rid of Emma-chan,
Dybala.
Kedira,
No, he
Matuidi.
loves Khedira. He's
yeah.
been saying that he loves. Well, Khedira's out with an injury now, but he loves
Except for a
I
Khedira.
few
think in the
months.
summer
Yeah.
they were looking to shop them out. I think, right?
Yeah, that's
Khedira
what I
was-
read, that they wanted to get rid of
even
him.
to a certain point.
So
Higuain, Bala.
there were a few players, and Mandzukic was one of them that they were trying to get. So they were
Yeah.
trying to get rid of 3, 4, 5 players.
Specifically, the midfield is what It was what
yeah,
I'm asking.
They
about.
were not. So they got this guy Rabiot. Rabiot is not a Juventus player, and Ramsey. He's got some nice touch. I think he's got a nice vision, but the guy's always hurt. So
You can't bet
know,
on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was
He's not the guy
hurt
to,
when he
guarantee
was
you.
in the Premier
Which is
League.
bad.
Yeah.
Then he came here. He played. He
But
didn't
Juve
play,
knew this
then
though. He had a
That's why I'm
history of
saying.
getting
He already
injured.
hurt 2 times.
Yeah.
So whose fault is that?
That's what I'm saying.
Well-
I think Paratici. There's question marks around him where you're
For
looking at him.
sure.
It's like, what kind of team are you putting on display over here with
Exactly.
these?
You want to
with
you want to
these
win the
guys?
Champions League? With
Yeah,
this?
exactly. You want to win the Champions League, and maybe you undervalued Inter a little bit, where you think, the league, we're able to get by with these kind of players. And now already they're saying, they're going to go for another striker, this guy Haaland, that they're saying that they're agreeing. But what are you doing going for another striker?
Yeah, I don't.
How many strikers
They're
do you
avoiding
need?
their midfield problem. Like, I don't know what the
Midfield
problem
Very
is.
questions.
Midfield is the
We
problem.
need
of Juventus.
Castrovilli. Anyway,
So
let's
I have this friend.
Oh, boy.
From Roma. He's a big Lazio fan.
Ooh, okay.
Big Lazio.
Okay.
So he said that Juventus is shopping for
Savic.
Milenkovic, Savic, for Neymar, and
Whoa.
for Mbappe.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait, in
They,
the summer?
they asked Savic
All
after
of them
the
at
game.
the same time. You want all of them?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to sell their cleats
Yeah,
so they
what
can
do
get
we-
them.
No, with that kind of money, you can do anything.
Yes, you can control the world with
it's
those
not- it's
players.
not even possible.
If I were you, I would start to shake on my boots. Okay.
Savic, they asked Savic after the game, and they said that he smiled. They asked him, "You're going to go to Juventus?" He said, "Right today, I'm a Lazio player. Who knows what's going to happen
Money
tomorrow?"
talks.
That's like
Why?
$500 million right there.
No, that's not possible. It's not possible.
Who told you that?
That's not possible.
Why?
You can't. You can
FFP
never be able
is
to
not-
sign Neymar and
Yeah.
Mbappe.
Listen
What are you
to me.
crazy? You can never,
Listen,
never.
listen.
They'll buy
Juventus
one,
is not,
not all
it's
three.
not under any financial fair play situation.
I don't know
He
about
can
that.
They can do whatever they
You
want.
can't
they
be
can't
buying
spend
that
500
much. You can't be
Yo,
spending
not
that
even
much.
500. 500 just for Mbappe.
Yeah,
They
probably.
want. That's how much they
Who
want.
wants 500 million for Mbappe?
PSG. Anyway.
How much is Neymar worth?
At
Right,
least,
now.
at least
To me or
150,
worth on the
right?
market?
150, I'd say.
would
I'll
never-
take
I would never get
Icardi.
him.
I'll take Icardi.
Let's
You
go
guys
on.
need Icardi. I've been telling
He
you.
scored a nice goal
Come on.
today.
Who?
Icardi.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, they were
Show me,
losing.
Mike, show me.
They were losing 1-0, and then Neymar scored a goal from outside the area,
really?
right on the 7. Unbelievable. He was playing good, and then he made a nice cross, and Icardi hit it in the bottom.
Side volley. Nice. Such a good player.
Let's
Let's move on because we got to move on. Otherwise, we'll talk about we could talk about Juventus all day. Napoli tied Udinese, a 1-1 draw in a match where they were actually losing. Lasagna scored early, and my gosh, we were just saying to ourselves, it's gonna be another disaster of a game. What is up with this Napoli? 7th place. They're 1 point above Milan right now. What do you think, P?
No, something is definitely going on in the locker room. I mean, first with De Laurentiis, then the finding of the players, then Ancelotti himself calling a retiro. So all this controversy, and then you see these guys when they play, they look tired. They look like they're
Lifeless.
out of it. They're not. There's nothing explosive about them, and it's not the Napoli we're used to seeing. I mean, early on, I was saying, okay, they had some games where it didn't go their way.
Yeah.
You know, the
Juventus
Atalanta game, the Juventus game. So they could have caught some points here and there. But at this moment, the way Napoli is playing, they do not look like a team that can come close to Champions League.
They're having their worst
They're-
season since coming back
Yeah.
to Serie A since 2007.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Versus Udinese, that's a game you have to win. You know, there's no ifs, buts, and when. That's it.
Yeah, I heard Ancelotti, talk after the game, and I said, everybody's making mistake. The players have made a mistake. I made a mistake. The management's made a mistake. But now what we need to do now is we need to group together and we need to, to start playing the way we know how to play. So he's trying to bring the group together. It might be too late for the Serie A, but in the Champions League, they still doing pretty good. So I'm hoping that maybe in Serie A, in the Champions League, they be able to keep going.
But how is it that you're able to tie versus Liverpool and for the most part play for 45
And beat Liverpool.
60 minutes and then beat them early on?
And Liverpool right now is 14
Yeah,
points ahead of the
And
second
you-
place
and
team.
you tie in Anfield, So this is what, a couple weeks ago.
Lack of
How
motivation.
is that possible?
Lack
I
of
don't know.
motivation.
I mean, obviously, you versus Liverpool, you're going to give your all the players and everything, but subconsciously. But how can you be behind your coach during Champions League and then not behind your coach during?
Pete, there are
during
3 or 4
Serie A?
players over there that are no longer invested on the project. So one of them is Callejon. I think he's going to go to China.
Mertens.
The other guy, Mertens, is probably going to go to China. Couple other people. Insigne, don't look at this Insigne as like this franchise player. The guy's never been a franchise player. Never. Even though, they gave him these big contracts and all the stuff.
he was supposed to
I'm
be.
not sold out on that guy. That guy's another Immobile, another choker under pressure. When it comes down to pressure, to do what's right for the team and just to put the ball in when it counts, it's not
But
there.
what I'm trying to say is then answer this. How does this Napoli team play well at Liverpool under Ancelotti 2 weeks ago, and then in Serie A they do not have the same performance?
It's like
you have to be
they're
behind the
not
coach.
consistent.
Look at
not
Man
behind the
U.
coach.
Look at Man U. I watched their game against Man City. Every time Man U plays a big team, they play on par with that team. Then they'll lose to Burnley or Bournemouth. I don't know who they lost to, but they'll lose to the bottom of the table teams. It's one of those games that we say, you don't need to be motivated to kind of play against Manchester City or play against Liverpool. You know how important it is. And I agree with you. That's part of a coach needs to manage that kind of stuff. You need to manage that. The match against Udinese, guess what? You're getting the same amount of points if you beat Udinese that you're beating Juventus or any other team that you
true.
play.
Yeah.
And I think now more than ever, I see majority of Napoli fans who want Ancelotti out. They think that he lost the locker room, that he's lost his team. They want to savage their
But
season.
that's my question. Did he lose the team? Because it's
it
a
looks
tale of
like
two.
it.
I think
You have
I
to
don't
wait till
think so.
Tuesday, obviously.
I don't think Ancelotti lost the team. Listen, let's not just put Inter too far on the top of the pedestal.
But
Inter's
they-
been winning a lot of scrappy games.
It doesn't
That
matter.
they-
They're still winning now.
Yeah, what is
I
that?
know. Take
What
it
is-
easy. They're not overwhelming. This much better than a lot of other teams. You got the best midfield of the Italian national team. You got
Yeah,
Sensi
they
and Barella.
haven't played for 2
You
months.
get 2 of the best
Barella
strikers.
hasn't played
But this doesn't have to do
You
with
should
Napoli,
be
though.
at least 20 points.
Why are you always going back
ahead.
to Inter?
Yeah.
Why are you always
Why
going
you-
more?
What are you talking about?
He's jealous.
But wait, we're talking about
what I'm
Napoli.
saying is,
Ludovico is gonna be upset at you.
What I'm
We're
saying,
talking about Napoli right now.
What I'm saying is that Napoli's been going through a big struggle. He's like week
struggle
after
is-
week after
But
week.
they
after
haven't-
week.
But that's my
Yeah,
question.
They have internal problems. You understand? They have problems in the locker room. That's where the problem is.
And is
So-
it Ancelotti part of that problem?
Yeah,
sure.
of course. Ancelotti. It's
Did you
got his
sack him?
son, he's got
I
his
think it's
son, too.
Ancelotti,
The
the
De
team,
Laurentiis.
and the Laurentiis. They all,
They're not on the same
So
page.
does that-
And I've heard also the son of the Laurentiis has been acting up inside the locker room. That's
And
what
nobody
I
listens
heard
to him.
from
That
somebody.
guy should be in charge of Bari, which is my town.
It's two
you know.
different, bro. Two different.
Oh, 2 different. It's another brother, I guess. Okay, sorry, I take it back, guys.
So
So
there's
do
a
you
lot.
sack him?
There's
That's
a
my
lot of
question.
things. Of course you don't. I mean, the guy he beat Liverpool. You can sack the coach that beat Liverpool in the He's doing well. Give him a chance to come out of it. Then if he cannot come out of it, then
At least
I
the summer
guess-
you got to win.
Yeah.
They're
No,
8
you-
points off first or 4th place. They're 8 points off of a Champions League finish, which, by the way, if you said before the season that a Champions League finish was going to be the standard, they wanted Scudetto. Napoli fans were talking about
be fighting Inter
being
and Juve.
second place and
Yeah.
trying to fight for that first place. And now you're talking about can they get a Champions League spot,
Yeah.
which is crazy how quickly things change.
I don't know, Ludovico is my friend, but soccer is soccer, and friends are friends.
Hey.
So Ludo, just call me later. Let me know what's the problem with Napoli, and then we'll see if we can solve those problems.
You're 1 point behind him.
Hey, by the way, Ludo, like Marco said, we're just 1 point behind you, so which means that maybe next week, meaning
Hopping over you, right?
Next week you play Sassuolo.
okay, and,
And
Napoli's playing.
Napoli plays Parma.
Oh boy, good luck with that.
Snap.
We play Sassuolo.
Sassuolo's
in
actually
Milano,
doing
right?
good.
And they play Parma over there.
No.
Oh, in Napoli.
What'd you think about Milan's 3-2 win over Bologna?
Well, listen, I was.
Theo was very involved in that match.
First of all, I was concentrating on seeing Mihailovic today coaching again from. And, he looked pretty much. He had some energy on, which means to me there is hope that this guy is beating his physical problem.
Yeah.
And that was very a shot of confidence. That because for me, seeing a player and a coach like that just going through this big struggle, that's what you look for at the first place.
Good first place to start.
But then
Proud of you.
AC Milan, they didn't rob the game. They went over there. They played their little scrappy game, and they didn't rob anything away. I mean, there was an overwhelming win.
Convincingly?
They're playing better,
They played much better.
right?
And, yeah.
Bologna's a very difficult team. They're a team that beat Napoli last week or the week before. They beat Napoli.
So
I mean, which I know they're close in the table, but still.
Bonaventura again. It's
Jack.
the key. Jack is
attack.
unbelievable. Jack was the missing link for
What a
us.
goal. What a
Was
goal.
The missing link. The guy's got golden feet. No, Catano, have you seen Bonaventura playing today? It's no longer playing on the left wing coming down. Now it's more on the center. And even Suso's no longer playing wing all the time. It's more a trequartista.
mid,
like,
right?
Center, just
Right mid or left mid?
left mid and right mid. But not on the
Not the
on the
why?
far
mid,
left.
not wing.
Not
Yeah.
far left and not far right. So what he's doing, and they, it's not that they stay there all the time. They keep changing. I saw Suso 2-3 times going all the way to the opposite side. So that means that this guy here, as Pioli is telling them, I said, listen, I'm not that good of a coach. I trust more of your judgment. While you're on the field,
That he told them to switch.
just be quiet. He said, when you're on the field, I trust more of your judgment. Talk to each other and do what you're going to do. Do what you know how to
so
do
fun.
it. Do what you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Because me telling you what to do, he's not in the position to tell players of that caliber what to do. So they probably
Caliber.
themselves out.
What's this caliber?
Hey,
Piontek is not caliber
We're not
gun.
talking about Piontek. I'm talking about Jack Bonaventura.
Hey,
Caliber.
your boy Theo is a very good player.
Excellent player.
The
I mean, the
best
guy when he
Milan
goes up, he's got joint most goals with Piontek. And
For
I think
Milan.
if we check penalty kicks, he's got the most from
Yeah.
actually open play.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
and he's a fullback, by the way, and he's so good. I know he got very unlucky with the own
The
goal,
own goal, but you can't fault
and he got
him for
unlucky
that.
with the penalty kick conceded. But he's a great player.
Oh crap, that too.
Yeah,
right?
he can see the penalty. He's still probably one of my favorite, if not
Yeah,
my
for
favorite
sure.
left back in the
In
league.
the
I'm trying to
league,
think of who's
yeah.
better than him right now. Definitely not Alexandro.
Kyriakopoulos for Sassuolo has actually been
Man,
playing.
come
No,
on.
I'm just adding
on.
him for Sassuolo. He's been actually
Who's
playing
this guy
good.
here?
He's a new player.
From
I think
where?
he's Greek.
From
I believe.
Athens? Okay. All right.
Come on.
Yeah, he's been playing good for Sassuolo. But
In contention for best
no,
left back?
not definitely not best. Theo Hernandez for sure. But it was just another person that popped in my mind when you said left back.
When we were talking about best
But
left
yeah,
back.
yeah. I mean, he's good. Maybe not best. Yeah.
If we're talking about, if
Let's
we're
talk
putting him
about
in, we might as well put
Let's
Biraghi
talk
in.
about Cagliari.
Oh, easy.
Cagliari catching up against Sassuolo the last couple of minutes. Cagliari is a scrappy team, man. Cagliari, I think I seen him playing,
They came
challenging
back-
the champion.
Listen, they came back from 2-0. Listen, they brought in another left back, Liko Yanis. He's also Greek, which is pretty crazy
he
how this
happened to
fell.
be
This feels like a script right now. But yeah, they came back from 2-0. They completely changed the match. I think Maran made like 2 or 3 changes. And Joao Pedro scored like immediately, like within 10 minutes of the game. And it was just back and forth from there. They ended up getting the second goal. They missed a penalty, Sassuolo, to win the game.
Berardi, right?
Berardi missed. He scored the first goal.
Remember when we
though.
were talking about this?
And he was
You guys
injured.
were saying how Berardi's this is his change.
Well, he
this is
got
his thing.
injured. He was out for a
Just saying.
month. He came back.
Was
he
he
missed
injured
a
when he took the
penalty.
penalty?
Maybe in the head because
Hey,
because
Berardi,
he
I
hit the
like
post
Berardi.
on that
Yeah,
and.
I-
But it was 2-2. It was a fair result, but that game was awesome. If you guys didn't see that, I really
they scored
enjoyed
in the
that.
90th minute too, Cagliari. So I mean, no.
Cagliari scored in the
Yeah.
90th
You gotta say
minute
something about
equalizer,
Cagliari?
but it was a great match.
No, I was gonna say that game, like you said, there were they were winning 2-0.
Yeah.
There was another game, Lecce Genoa, where
The first game.
Genoa was winning 2-0.
Yeah.
There was another game, Atalanta Verona, where Verona was winning 1-0 and 2-1, and then Atalanta. So I just want to say the Serie A, you're winning 2-0.
You might be down, but you're not out,
The game
right?
is not over.
We're not dead yet.
Exactly.
I remember, many years ago, you were winning 2-0.
Game over, right?
Yeah, you close and they say you stay there. Now,
Not anymore.
Serie A is exciting. I mean, 2-0, until the last moment, and like you said, Cagliari, score in the last few, until the last few seconds, you watch the game.
Exactly. You think it can actually happen. Anything can happen.
The last corner kick, the last free kick, you have a chance to tie the game.
Even in the Milan game, Bologna at the end was trying to fight. I watched Torino, Fiorentina. Fiorentina at the end was almost about to score.
Yeah.
And then Atalanta won the game. But we do have to say,
in extra time.
in that Verona game, there was, I don't know if you guys saw the goal that Verona scored off the throw-in. Do you guys know what happened?
Yeah.
Well, we saw that, but what
Did you
about
see
the
it?
goal? What about the Palacio goal?
Wait, 1 second.
Not Palacio.
this guy's switching them.
Yeah, 1 second. We got to say the Verona goal.
Go ahead.
Verona, they had a ball that went out. Atalanta, it was a Verona throw-in. The ball goes out. They measured 8 meters from where he threw the ball in. The other guy grabbed the ball from the ball boy on the side, 8 meters up on the field. The Atalanta, and the other ball was on the field.
Yeah.
The other ball was still on the
There
field.
were two players with the ball trying to throw in. One was inside the field, one was on the side.
And Atalanta was looking where the throw-in was supposed to be taken. They're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Throw the ball in, score, and the goal
It was a
counts for
sneak
Verona.
attack,
So I was
sneak
happy.
attack.
I was very happy that Atalanta won it at the end. Because that's a crazy.
Yo, Atalanta were
with
pushing.
VAR, you
So
can't
Atalanta
let
were
this
So
push.
the protocol says that you don't go back and you look at that. So that's what the protocol says.
I thought the protocol
And-
says you don't check a yellow card for a red too, but they did it in the
Okay, you
Quadrado.
break a lot of
So
rules
you
over
don't
here.
you don't check,
Right?
All right? But you need a little bit of common sense. I heard some of the journalists talking about in England they don't give a damn about the protocol. If if they see something that is really
Blatant or something.
blatant,
Yeah.
you have to tell them to watch. I mean, you have two players both with the ball
Right.
trying to throw in. One is inside the field and one is on the side. And you let the goal go. I mean, you need some kind of common sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You cannot do that. Why is the VAR there for?
The Atalanta
the
player
VAR
was
is there
close
to
waiting for this guy here, maybe with the ball to do the
You
throw.
see them,
and
they're
then-
looking at it.
And then they threw the ball 8 yards away from where it was supposed to be the throw in.
crazy.
So you have
8
so-
meters.
Yeah.
8 yards is like
Yeah.
24
Yeah,
yards.
yeah. Okay.
8
A
yards,
meter's 3
meter and a
feet,
yard is
right?
almost the
No.
same. What do you mean, no?
8 yards.
Whatever, who cares?
Okay,
It's
okay,
not
okay,
a
forget it.
calculator.
It was far from the spot, regardless.
8 meters is 24 yards.
A meter's 3 feet, I believe.
Where are your books from?
I'm wrong. He's right. He's right.
Okay, thank you.
He was screaming. Okay, he's right. Sorry
He was
about
the
everything.
Limoncello. He was the Limoncello.
Thank you. But what I cannot believe is you got
Take it
three.
back.
You got 3 referees. You got 1 guy on the sideline. You got 4 people, and none of them sees that there is 2 balls on inside the field, and that the guy is at 8 yards, and the other guy is standing with the ball inside the field. I mean, what is this? What are they doing?
Yeah, that's crazy. That sucks. And it sucks. Like I said, I'm happy Atalanta won it at the end because they deserve to. With something like this, it's kind of ridiculous. And even, like I said, the Juventus one, I thought the protocol, yellow card, they're not allowed to check it, which I think, again, you need that common sense. And, even Felipe Luis, I think that these challenges, even though that it didn't lead to a goal, the one that Luis, where he tackled, I don't remember who he tackled.
Studs up, right?
With the studs up, I think you check it. But, again,
Hey,
I don't know.
What about the Genova goal?
Pandev.
Pandev. Gaetano, have you seen that goal?
I
It's
didn't see
unbelievable.
this.
I saw the
stuff,
goal.
It was 100% offside. Offside 100%. The guy made it
100% like the meter and yards thing, or this
no,
one's
no,
actually
100%.
Actually, 100%.
That was my bad. 100% offside.
Mike, check it.
In every league, that was an offside. Why don't you just? Have you seen the play? That's offside.
It was?
That's a disgrace.
Was?
I mean, a beautiful goal from Ponte because he,
But the ball was not played to that guy.
So the ball was played in the air. Pandev is making the run.
He's making the run.
The goalkeeper comes out and then kicks the ball.
yeah,
There's a point where you can say Pandev is making an attempt, or the goalkeeper
you
feels
call it.
urged to run out of the box and kick it. And then from there, that kick, the guy volleys it back into over the
It
top.
should have
of
been
the
stopped. The
goalkeeper.
game should have been stopped.
Let's
Oh
talk
yeah,
about.
I did see this one. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Let's talk.
I didn't think
yes,
You guys
no.
can.
You don't remember?
You can look at it. I just didn't remember what it was.
look,
Look at this.
so you kick. See how he kicks the ball?
The goalkeeper
That's-
kicks
if
it.
he's
The guy
offside,
went.
Wait, who's
makes
offside?
The first Pandev making the run.
No,
No,
Ponte
no,
was
no, no,
making the
Ponte.
run.
Pandev shoots.
This guy right here.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not
because he
Ponte.
put the pressure on him.
Yeah.
Because technically,
The other was the goalkeeper wouldn't even go and
I don't know if
kick
that's
it
a
out.
rule.
Is that too much though?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a rule.
Is that too much to
Because you
like?
have to have a direct interference with the goal.
Yeah, but it is a direct interference because you're kicking out the ball.
I mean,
no?
technically, you can say everything's a direct
If the guy
interference.
didn't go because
if you
he was
really
offside,
want
the
to say.
goalkeeper will have probably stopped the ball instead of kicking
Listen.
out of fear.
No, I
you-
don't think so.
Sometimes I see that
That's-
the player's an offside and he runs to get the ball and then he figures, oh, I'm
He
offside,
stops.
and he
Let
stops.
somebody else run.
And then somebody else will get the ball. That didn't call that offside.
Yeah, but the guy did run. It's not that it was stopped.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
did run.
Yeah,
that
but he
might
never
be
got the ball.
That might
Yeah,
be
exactly.
a stretch because someone else got the ball. It's not like he got the ball.
I don't know. You got to check
get
the
what
rules.
you're saying.
Anyway, that goal that Pandev scored,
That was
I mean,
amazing, man.
He just he did it really quick. You know,
Technique is
he didn't pick his head up.
He stopped and he kicked
He
it with,
shot on
with
the spot.
they compared that to a Maradona game. They showed it many times today.
Mm-hmm.
A Maradona game, a similar goal where Maradona is about 30, 40 yards from the goal. He stops it, puts it down, and with the left foot, he goes with the left
Outside foot?
But the goalie was not too much that far away from the goal. He was almost only maybe
He
1
put
or
it
2
nice
yards.
there.
He put it right on the 7, and the
Jeez.
goalkeeper was like,
Just
That's
trying to catch
crazy.
him.
"What a goal!"
Those guys, they don't even need to think. Like Pandev, you can't doubt
He's
that
been-
guy's quality.
yeah,
Maybe he
he's
can't
been-
run.
He knows
but
where the net is
Yeah.
exactly.
the
yeah.
guy's quality. Speaking
sure.
about, we just see the highlights of the Roma game where they passed it right to Lukaku.
man.
Fiorentina, another loss. This time
nice
to
highlight.
Torino.
Fifth consecutive winless streak in the Serie A right now.
For Fiorentina. Really bad too. I mean, some of the marking and some of the play of them is just shocking. I mean, you look at them play and it's bad.
So what do you think Fiorentina's problem is right now?
They're
defensively?
talking about Montella. There's a quote after the game from Prade, who's the director of Fiorentina, who said the next 2 games Montella is going to be in charge. He said something like, "From there we'll see," but he's not happy with the approach,
their position of the
how the
table,
team
right?
has played, and he's also said, "I'm concerned with where we are in the league table," which Fiorentina currently sit in 13th place.
Well, they didn't lose any. They were in 13th place before today, and they remain in 13th place. And actually, they got how many? 16 points.
They are on 16 points, yes,
16 points.
which is tied with Bologna, who's right above them, 12.
Right.
It's pretty
I mean,
tight if you look at the
Yeah,
table.
yeah. It's very
it's
tight.
One
They're-
win
they're
could
not-
change it all. You know.
They're not that far away
Yeah.
to beat 7, 6 or
Yeah.
7. The problem with Fiorentina is that they're not playing. That's the issue. Is that I don't see that
Intensity,
that
yeah.
intensity, the grinta that Commisso would like to see. Because I heard him talk and he says, I love Gattuso because I used to play with the same grinta
Right.
that Gattuso was playing, and so he would like to see something
Some
from
fight.
some fight.
The
from
thing
this
is, they
team.
showed it this season too. It's not like they don't
Against
have it. We've seen
Napoli.
amazing
Against Napoli,
performances,
that was,
and
the
just
most
some
fight you
games it
ever
looks like
seen.
they don't show up. Their performance-wise,
you know
but there's
what-
quality, there's
You know what?
talent.
You
We
know
know
what
that.
came on my
But-
mind right now? That
What?
Gattuso was the one that replaced Montella when it was in AC Milan.
Yeah.
And now
So you're
Gattuso
saying
might be the one.
But one thing that I saw is the last 10 minutes. I mean, Chiesa was it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
taking
it was.
on players. He made the assist for Cáceres. He beat the guy on the left side. He burned him, and then but you only do it for 5 minutes,
Yeah, you're gonna
for 10
do it
minutes.
for
I thought they were
90
going to
minutes.
tie.
You gotta do it
The
for
way that
the,
they were playing at
you
the
gotta
end.
do it for the whole game. You know, so I don't know. This guy.
Should Montella be
You
sacked?
know, guys, for people, you guys that you don't know, but we have a special spot for on our heart for Fiorentina because we have friends and Commisso is our friend and Joe Barone is our friend. So we are pulling for Fiorentina just to do a little better than what they're doing right now. But I don't know. Like Gaetano said, Chiesa has to be invested on the project because you cannot really be with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. He's listening to the father or he's listening to the mother or the uncle. You're playing for Fiorentina. Just concentrate on your game. Don't freaking play just for 5-10 minutes. You dare to play the game. Play the game.
Should they sack Montella? What do you guys think?
I don't know if it's Montella's fault. I
do
gotta
you guys
tell
think?
you, Montella
Mike,
is
what do you
not on the
think?
field. He's
Sack
just,
Montella?
For who though?
For Gattuso?
I don't
or
like
for
that.
Prandelli are the two options? Or
Christ.
When was
I don't think
Prandelli the last time that he coached anything?
yeah, I don't know.
I don't
Genoa?
know,
He
man.
was
I
at
don't-
Genoa
how,
recently.
much,
Allegri.
how much better is Prandelli than?
Oh wait, what happened with
Montella.
your
I don't
Gattuso-
like Brenda.
I don't like
So
Gattuso.
Gattuso,
I don't
you
think
wouldn't sack
him?
No.
Spalletti.
I probably
Spalletti.
I keep him for a few more games.
Spalletti, they gotta pay out.
Pete,
They're gonna pay out Spalletti. Why?
For Spalletti, yes.
saying
But
what do you
let's
think?
be
Would have to
realistic.
what do you think?
I don't know. I
you
just
sack
feel
him?
Montella is too streaky. I mean, before last season, 10 games without winning. It seems like it's too consistent. The fact that these teams go up and down,
They're
up and
consistently
down.
inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, the
inconsistent.
16 points is okay. I think they should have. The last 5 games you're not able to win. There's something wrong with the mentality. Maybe not necessarily that he's a terrible coach, but he's not getting the most out of his players.
I agree with that.
And when that seems to be the problem,
Then you sack him.
not necessarily that you got to sack him right there and then, but you have to say, okay, we have to reevaluate, see who is out there, and if Gattuso with Milan. I mean, Milan didn't play spectacular football, let's be honest. But you can say that he got the most out of his
They
players.
were 1 point off a Champions League
That's
with,
true.
with a very poor team at his disposal.
So especially with Fiorentina, you're creating a new project here. You know what I'm saying? Where new ownership comes in the summer. Usually by then, by April, May, the team already knows what their transfer market is going to look like and etc. So you have this new project, you have this new identity, and you're trying to create a new team. And you don't want to make too many changes, but in the end, you have to make a change that's going to work for the future, or at least for a certain time period where you say, okay, we can build off of Gattuso, and we see Gattuso or whoever it is to be a leader for years
Long
to
term.
come.
I just see a team that is not performing, and I don't know the reason why they're not performing. I mean, I saw them the first game of the year that I was there, and they were playing. They played. They didn't deserve to lose, but they were playing. Mm-hmm. Now I see them. They don't have. You need to have. You got to fight for every ball. You got to. You have to
Sacrifice yourself.
You have to give everything you got, and I don't see that. I don't know if the problem is Chiesa because he wanted to leave and now he's staying. But I will make one thing clear: hey, you here to stay for this year. You give your best that you got. Give us the best. You want to leave next year? Hey, goodbye. If you want to go, because you cannot keep somebody that doesn't want to stay there.
Right.
But until then,
It's not good for the team. So I would just be very clear. You don't want to be here because I think it took a long time for them to talk. Mm-hmm. The whole summer they didn't talk, and then until I don't know, a month ago they didn't talk. Hey, sit down. Maybe Rocco is there now.
Gomez is such a nice guy.
I'm sure that they're going to talk. Just talk clear. You don't want to be here? Okay, fine. Next year we get rid of you, but you're a professional. Act like a professional and play like a professional. And I think when Ribéry comes back and Petzella comes back, I mean they have
the team is
they have a
there.
team.
they have
do.
some quality
They do,
players,
and we've seen them play.
and I told that, and I said again, I would love to see Ribéry on the left side, Chiesa on the right side, and just get a center forward.
Okay, so you
For
will
the-
be shopping
But they
for
gotta
the
get rid
center.
of the
You will be
3-5-2.
shopping,
For the winter time, get a center forward.
who would you take,
Because Pedro, I didn't see. I saw him. Okay,
Vlahovic.
Sotil.
Pedro, I didn't see
Did you
anything.
see what Sotil missed today?
Sotil, but Sotil is not a center forward.
Yeah.
You need a center forward. So
would you take,
Prince, I didn't see anything about from Prince. I mean, this guy, I haven't seen anything. Vlahovic is young. I will not get rid of Vlahovic. I believe the kid works so hard. I saw him in practice every day. The kid works so hard. He never gives up on any ball. He shoots from everywhere. I mean, even in the last game, he was the only one shooting. I guess I'll let you. But anyway, so I would not give up on that. But you need a center forward and good,
Take
solid
Mandzukic.
center forward.
Mandzukic, Zlatan.
What about Montella? What is your take on Montella?
Yeah, Mandzukic, that's another bad idea.
Mandzukic.
You're welcome.
Anche
I'm
te
taking a
Mandzukic
fee.
on AC Milan.
Taking a
if
percentage
you
of that.
get, if you get Ribery on one side, Chiesa, nobody
Sure.
can stop them.
Oh,
Nobody can
Mandzukic
stop
right in
them
the middle over there is
on the
deadly.
on
You
the
won't
wings. But you need somebody in the middle that when you get the
Joe,
ball,
He's not going to go.
Mandzukic.
Mandzukic
get-
is not going to go.
because
there.
you're going to
We'll talk
have
to
Mandzukic in the middle and you have Castrovilli that comes in from the back.
Oh
he
my
goes
God.
inside the area
He'll be setting
and he
them
can
up
score
all day.
and he can score a goal. Montella, no, give him a couple more games.
Hey, listen, Montella's got a couple more very nasty games coming up. He's got what? Inter,
He's
Inter
got,
and Roma.
he's got Inter and Roma.
Yeah, I'm
So
telling you.
those are the couple of games you're going to give him.
Yeah, but sometimes you win one of those two games.
It changes the outcome
You know,
of the
and,
season.
and,
It changes
and
the
everything.
dynamic.
Hopefully
I
not
mean-
against Inter, right?
I
But
mean,
if he doesn't win those two games, or doesn't win one of those games, or doesn't perform,
then
But
I
those are
think it's
two
gonna
big
be out.
tests, though.
I think that I agree with you that there's lifeless, like there's no hunger to really win and get there, and I think that comes I think that comes from Montella, and I think that sometimes people will argue, say Alex Ferguson always sat down, he was always calm. Yeah, but Alex Ferguson was a genius as a coach. And I think when you don't have that, you have to make it up in another way, and I think Gattuso fit perfectly for this team. I think they got really good players.
What makes you
at the
think that
disposal.
Gattuso is going to take the project of Fiorentina?
I'm just saying that if I was in Fiorentina's position, I think Gattuso is a great option. I
Get
think
Spalletti.
he's gonna get the most out of the players that they have. I don't like the 3-5-2. Like I don't like the way that they play in the 3-5-2. I don't think it works. And I'm not saying Montella's a horrible coach. And I wouldn't get Prandelli. I would not get Prandelli. I would keep Montella if we're talking about Prandelli. But if you have Gattuso, I think that Gattuso could get the most out of these players. But again, this is a building year for Fiorentina. Top 10 is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's great. They almost went to Serie B last year. New ownership, new management,
A lot of
new
change.
players.
No.
There's a lot
You know
going
what?
on.
I got
for
a lot
them.
of faith. Commisso, number one, is a real tifoso. The guy, he cares about soccer.
Oh,
It's
he
not just
definitely
one.
does.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! It's not just one of the presidents just because it's got a lot.
He's
of
more
money.
mad than some of the guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
So the guy, I can see it on his eyes. He's angry for the game. It's a real tifoso. It's the way we're talking right now.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy could be the one just maybe take off his jacket and go on the field himself. But
Sounds like you.
yeah. So he has to just get lucky. Sometimes you need to be lucky, even when you're doing on the transfer market, to find the right place that is going to fit on the project of Fiorentina.
Mike, got any questions?
Do you have any question, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Balotelli scored his
We're going to-
50th goal, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got.
Oh,
What
when,
happened with pressure? Did they win?
They
Yeah,
won
1-0.
Oh, wow.
They beat
Balotelli
Spal.
scored?
I screwed up
Okay,
Ryan.
see?
I screwed up Ryan was betting on some of the games, and
yeah.
I told him he asked me one of the games. I said
Pressure
Spal
against
was
who?
gonna win.
Spal.
Spal.
Petagna missed a penalty
Spal
to
was at home.
equalize.
I thought Brescia. They've been playing so
Brescia,
bad.
Balotelli.
They changed the coach.
Yeah, Corini is back.
Corinne is back. When you change the coach,
Yeah,
you can
true.
have a terrible game, or you can. That's the game where you play your best game.
I'll make Ryan text you from now on. That's a good point.
Balotelli also said he's not focusing on Azzurri or anything. He just wants Brescia to stay
Yeah,
up.
what else is he
and
gonna say?
He was just, I'm happy for my goal, and he wants to continue scoring.
It's one
That's what he
goal. It
said.
was a tap in.
No, I
It's
know.
a lie. We're not talking about that Azzurri
It
yet.
gives you a lot of confidence, though.
I know.
So
All right.
hopefully it continues that. Okay, let's start with questions. Let's start this one for Peter. Imagine
Peter penalty.
With a penalty.
Hey,
Imagine Inter win a trophy this season. Is Inter gonna fall down 2 seasons later like they did in 2012?
oh no, it's a different. So the Inter that won the tripletta in 2010
Yeah.
was the end of their dynasty in the sense where they won 5 straight. So these guys in 2010 they were all older. Zanetti was a certain age, Cambiasso was a certain age, Thiago Motta, Milito, the list goes on.
Yeah.
So
Completely
instead, if Inter goes on to win the Scudetto this year, this is the start of something new where you have a lot of young players. Lukaku is still only 26. Lautaro is
22,
22.
21.
Barella, Sensi, Brozovic. These guys are all in the
Skriniar.
20s. Skriniar,
Young
De
blood,
Vrij.
right?
Esposito.
You know, the oldest guys that you
Esposito.
have is Godin. You know, you need that
That's
mix of
true.
experience.
And
Handanovic,
And
yeah.
Handanovic. But as a goalie, he can play until
Another
he's 40
25
if,
years,
he,
yeah.
if he wants to play. So it's a lot
45
different in that case.
So you got it all, right, Pete?
All right, he
No,
answered
we
the
haven't
question.
got it all.
He answered the
Yeah,
question.
he
He's gonna
answered.
win.
What's the next
Okay.
question?
As far as
Then
winning
that's-
the triplete, he's gonna win again.
What's the
That's it.
question?
Okay, next.
The next one for Marco. Below is a list of players of Juve's midfield. Who would you keep and who would you sell? Pjanic,
Pjanic and
Matuidi,
Bentancur.
Emre Can,
I
Khedira,
answered.
Rabiot, Ramsey, and Bentancur.
Pjanic and
keepers.
Bentancur I would keep because he's he think he's 20 or 21.
That's it?
He's still got some
Or
hope.
like
Yeah, he's
23 or something.
super,
Okay.
super young. Ramsey, again, the only question mark I have is over his fitness. But more so than who you would keep is who you get in. MVPP, as Juventus fans, they know what I'm talking about. You guys don't know, right?
Paul Pogba.
No,
Pogba, you want Pogba,
Marquinhos,
MVP?
Vidal, Pogba, and Pirlo. That was our midfield. MVPP is
I
what
thought
we used
the
to say.
MVP
So now he wants
Pogba.
Castrovilli from Fiorentina, which is not going to get it.
I'll take Castrovilli.
You're not going to get it.
We're gonna
Don't
get
even
him.
ask.
Tonali.
Fantacalcio over here.
Tonali.
AC Milan wants Tonali to Inter. Is going to
AC
take
Milan.
Tonali.
You guys don't even have money to buy.
I know. We're
Nunes
going to have the money.
Jesus.
Maybe you guys can make us a
You know
little
what?
loan.
Who asked the question?
Maria.
Okay, I'll make a list of the players. You got to get 2 out of these 2, at least 2.
Yeah.
Zaniolo, Tonali, Castrovilli, Savic, and Pogba. You need at least 2. Should get 3, but you at least
You've been
2.
a good boy for Christmas. 'Cause
Wow. Oh, you got an expensive taste.
For,
Throw Mbappe
for
in
what?
there.
For
Name
the
a-
Yeah, you're not
winter
gonna
transfer?
get. You're not gonna get those for the
Yeah, you
winter.
should.
Nah,
I meant I didn't mean for the winter. You got to get all those.
Or for the
I meant
next year.
I meant when you're rebuilding the team. When Guardiola leaves City and he goes, you
You
got to
need
get those.
Guardiola more than you need those players because
that's
with
what I'm
what you have a decent, a
Not
very
the
good
midfield.
team.
Not the midfield.
Get this Sarri out.
Okay.
One last question. This one was geared towards me. They said, ask Mike if he takes back his comment on what does Maldini know, especially since he recruited and
Got
signed
that
Theo
right,
Hernandez.
Mike. What the hell do you know?
Hey, I respect that you
It's,
asked that you
yeah, I
read
did
that
it
question.
because I
respect it.
wanna find this person. I wanna have a
Oh,
coffee with them
shit.
and talk to them.
I don't think so.
That's
I
a
don't think so.
threat.
You don't want to have
That's
a
a
coffee,
threat.
Mike.
Oh my
No,
god.
and I just be like,
Jeez.
Mike,
me
you
out.
want to have an uso, not coffee.
meet me outside.
I just wanna I just wanna
Just
like,
apologize. in
say
front of
my
everybody,
understanding.
That's it.
I mean, how many players did Milan get that it's not? I know it's not just Maldini. They got Boban also over there, but that haven't really been playing much, or like Rebic.
He was ready for this question. That's why he had.
No, I just want to know Krunic. Like what other players were there that haven't like Chahan? I know Chalhano. I can't even pronounce the name. Plays a lot.
Hakan.
But
Just
is
say
he that
Hakan.
good? Like, there's a lot of questionable things. Even though Theo Hernandez, like Mark was saying, he's probably the best left back in Serie A, but there was a lot of questionable
My favorite left back.
players that they got and spent a lot of this money. So, and I didn't say for the Maldini thing, what does he know? He's a great player, legend, but he's new in this role. Like everyone keeps saying this.
Hey.
What he's new in this role, so I want to see
Don't
what
ever
he's got.
disrespect the legend again.
Mike, let me take you
Yeah.
out of trouble. First of
Okay, go. Do you get what I'm saying though? Do you get what
all,
I'm
first
saying?
of all,
Okay, go.
no money, no honey.
Okay.
So if you don't
Yeah.
spend, if you don't have the money to buy,
Hey, you spent a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Spent
you don't have
$400
the
million.
money,
You spent,
okay,
you
back
spent
me up
almost
a little
$1
bit,
billion
guys.
over
Come
how
on,
many
yeah.
over the past
You
decade.
cannot buy anybody.
They spend
No,
a little
you spent-
loosely, not the
spent a lot of
smartest.
money.
Maldini came in when the money were almost gone. So my friend Peter, the other day, I don't know if he was joking, he said to me, Antonio, listen, I got some good news. I said, what's the good news? He said, Louis Vuitton is buying AC Milan. I said, whoa, are you joking? So
I don't think that's
Imagine
true.
those jerseys, huh?
He threw me a bait, and I did take it. Because so I said, I hope you're right, because we don't like this Elliot. Okay,
Yeah.
Elliot, you know what they did? If it's the same company,
Well, it's just a holders
Elliot,
right now.
Elliot was the owner of Cabela's. Cabela's is one of those brands that sells camping equipment,
Oh, Cabela's, the
fishing
hunting.
equipment, hunting equipment. And what they did
They need to hunt for some 3 points.
in a special town, I don't know in which state, they just gave up on the project, and everything went to.
Well, it's a business. It's going to be a numbers
a
game for them.
different country, and then what's his name? The Bass Pro Shop. They took over the company, and a lot of people were left on the dry, unemployed. So those people, the Elliott Group, is into making money. It's not Elliott. Elliott is
Yeah,
not
it's a-
commisso.
it's a fund.
Commisso,
exactly.
commisso is a tifoso, is a owner, is somebody that cares about soccer. Those guys that we have in AC Milan right now,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ownership, they're only for the money. They said, okay, let's invest this much money in the hope that we can
Yeah.
double or triple and flip the team somewhere else. That's all they're doing.
You're
just
absolutely
temporarily
right.
holding it.
Let's talk about Champions League real quick, since we've been going on for a long time.
Champions League,
Napoli,
damn.
Genk.
Oh, Napoli's winning. Napoli, Genk.
God.
What does Napoli need?
Napoli
To
with a
qualify.
point. With a point,
1
they're
point.
good. They're
But they're going to
through.
win. They'll win.
And it also will depend on the Liverpool Salzburg. So Liverpool actually risk big time finishing in second place right now. So Liverpool is above with 1 point, but they're playing Salzburg in Salzburg. So if Napoli would win and Liverpool would tie or lose, Napoli finish top of the group. And so again, and if Liverpool would actually lose, if Liverpool lose the match and Salzburg win, Salzburg could go in actually in first place. That's only if Napoli. Actually, no. Napoli has to get a point no matter what. So a point, Napoli's through. A win, they could possibly be in first place depending on the Liverpool
Napoli's not going to play
games.
for the tie. They're going to play to win.
They're playing Genk and they're also playing at home. But this Napoli,
Questionable.
you never know. Inter, Barcelona. Inter in Milano.
They're going to win. You know why?
Against
Because
Barcelona.
Barcelona is not bringing half of the team. Is not going to stay. Is not going to come to Milan.
Barcelona are already qualified in first place.
Yeah.
So
What makes you
Dortmund
think
are
that
playing.
Messi's not coming to Milan?
But Inter's
You
midfield is
want
not
this
there.
time? I'll give it to you.
Can we
please.
check what does
Yes.
Inter have to do to
get in the
qualify?
win. They need to win.
That's what I was going to say. Dortmund is playing Slavia Praha in Germany. Dortmund and Inter are both level on points. Inter have the head-to-head against Dortmund for the matches that they've had together. So obviously Inter get a win, they are through. I think it depends on the
So
goals
it's, whatever Dortmund does.
If we win, we're in.
by the same amount of.
I want to know what if we get the same
What about if they tie?
score? Yeah, exactly.
I have it.
I
If-
think you
if-
need to
I
do
have it.
whatever
I'm just trying
Dortmund
to-
does,
That's what
Inter
I'm
has to
saying. We
do.
have to do it, yeah.
So
They
if
gotta level
Dortmund
them.
wins, Inter has to win. If they tie, they can tie.
I got it.
But why did they say today they only need 1 point?
Okay, I got it. Inter will qualify with a win versus Barcelona, or they get the same result as Dortmund versus Prague, versus Slavia Prague. So if they do the same
whatever
thing,
it is.
they tie, then Inter will go through.
What about Dortmund wins?
No. If Dortmund wins, Inter
They have to
win.
Then
win.
Inter has to
Yeah.
win.
Inter has to win.
Dortmund
Otherwise,
dies.
if you guys
we're
tie,
out.
and
Because they have the
Dortmund wins, it's
head-to-head,
done.
so
We're
they
done.
could do the same amount of points as Dortmund.
Yeah.
So if they would tie, Inter could tie. That's the only way.
Who's Dortmund playing?
They're playing Slavia Prague.
Oh, they'll win.
Slavia
They need to win.
Prague are out.
Listen, if you want it in your hands, you win that
Okay,
game.
let's see. I don't know about that. That's
how
a
do you-
tough one.
You're gonna have Sensi
prediction?
Barella
Dude.
playing.
No.
Sensi Barella.
No.
Both are out.
I mean, Barca's second bench is still very strong, and Inter's
What about
midfield
Candreva?
is going to
It's
be
not
scary.
even a fact that they're gonna put their bench. It's not.
Listen, Candreva is out. Candreva is out. Sensi is out. Barella is out. So the only one is Borca Valero and Brozovic
And
right there in the middle,
Vecino,
right?
Vecino too.
Vecino,
Vecino,
okay.
Gagliardini should be back. I mean, it's not great
All right.
midfield.
What are we saying?
But
I don't know, man.
They
listen.
win. They win because Barcelona is not bringing anybody. They're bringing the second division team.
Yeah, you win. You're at least it's in your hands.
Barca's still going to have some good starters in there. So.
well, we just gotta hope that the San Siro is 90 minutes of
Hell.
Hell.
for Barcelona
say?
and that everybody is rooting for us. That's it.
What do you think, Gaetano?
It's a
Very,
tough
very
one, man.
tough. Very, very tough.
Yeah,
So what do you think? Yes
Because
or no?
I have a feeling that Dortmund is going to win.
Yeah.
So you need to get a win.
They're in Germany for their game.
Yeah.
It's
so
not the
you-
same time, right? It's before?
No, it has to be the same time.
It is?
Yeah,
Oh,
so you
okay,
need to get a
okay.
win
This is Tuesday or Wednesday?
against
Tuesday.
Barcelona. I mean, you could beat Barcelona, but it's not easy.
But look, they have a half squad right now.
I'm
Inter.
gonna say Inter's gonna go out. Inter's gonna go out. I don't know what the results are gonna be.
Who's that? Javier. Who says?
What?
Who said that they're going to go out?
No,
just
me.
said-
I think they're gonna go out.
Oh, okay.
Javier.
I think that part
You
of
heard
the,
that, right?
No, I'm not gonna say that. I think that it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world too if they go out.
Zanetti. I thought that Zanetti said that.
But
Javier.
Marotta did say that Juventus are gonna win the Scudetto, so he's learning from.
Cassano also
he's-
said
he's-
some stupid
He's reading in the
shit, right?
Mourinho mind book
Take those
of
notes.
how to speak.
I don't know
I think
what they
I think
said.
Inter's gonna go out and then full focus on the league.
Not a bad option.
Juventus, Leverkusen doesn't matter. First place Juventus are no matter what. In the last game, Atalanta, they are still
Oh, boy.
able to qualify, which
For the round of
it
16,
seems
right?
it seemed ridiculous. They're
win.
playing Shakhtar Donetsk in Shakhtar in their home.
in Ukraine.
What needs to happen is Atalanta must beat Shakhtar. That's one part of it, and Manchester City cannot lose to Dinamo.
Which is very possible.
Which is possible. But
Man
the
City is already qualified first place.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay.
it's tough, man.
They can tie. I don't see Man City losing that game.
Yeah, but I'm
If
saying
they
could
tie
Atalanta
and
beat
Atalanta
them
wins-
in
Yeah, no,
Ukraine?
it's a
That's a
Atalanta
tough
game.
one. That's a
No,
tough one.
Zapata is not gonna be
Shakhtar
there.
has got 18 inches of snow. Which team is? Which
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Ukrainian. The
Maybe.
Ukrainians definitely
Well, they're
snowy.
not gonna play.
Anyway, let's go Atalanta, let's go Inter, and let's
God,
go Napoli.
Napoli.
No,
Yes.
let's not go too far. Let's go Inter. Let's go Atalanta. Let's go Napoli.
But wait,
Inter,
if
Well,
Inter
don't
go-
you want them to go through?
If Inter go out,
Of
it's not.
course.
It's not the
But
end of the
fine.
world.
But listen, if they go out, because Michael wants them to go out,
I do.
because then they can focus on the league.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have a thin
He
squad.
wants them to go out.
He's a flipper.
I'm
this
being
guy.
realistic though. I'm
No,
for the good of
he just
Inter.
wants them to go. Okay, what happens if they
Yeah.
go out of the Champions League in the group stage and then they don't win the league?
Okay, what are you gonna do? Cry about it?
No,
The
I'm
best
just saying.
thing is
If you're
put
happy
all
that
your
they're gonna go
energy.
out.
Listen,
on
you go
Bayern.
in now. You have till
I'm being
February to worry
realistic.
about
No,
Champions
Inter's
League.
not gonna win.
Fine.
Inter's not
By the
gonna
way,
win
then
the
you get in
Champions
this.
League.
Yo, by the way, those
Bye.
two guys are BFF, best friends forever.
But they're not agreeing on
Thanks
one
for
thing now.
translating.
They're not agreeing.
just being-
One wants to go
I'm-
out, one wants to
I'm
stay.
being
We're not
realistic.
Napoli. We're Inter.
But I'm being
Oh,
realistic.
shit.
Inter's not gonna win the Champions League. You can cry about all you want, but they're not gonna win it. They can actually have a
matter.
chance to win
But
the
you can get
Scudetto.
money
Make
every
some
game
money,
that you
man.
win.
Money. These guys have enough money.
No.
Don't worry about a
Yeah,
trophy.
you're right,
Forget
Mike.
about the
Let them
money.
lose the game, Mike.
Gaetano, do you have a point or
Let them
no?
lose the game,
They got
Mike. I
enough
agree
money.
with you, Mike.
A Mets
I agree.
point?
Let them lose the game,
Yeah,
Mike.
you
I
got a
agree with
point.
you.
They're gonna win the
Okay.
league
It's
if
not the
if
end
they
of
go
the
out of the
year.
Champions League. They're gonna win
They
the
win the
league. I
league.
mean, we already predicted our predictions. By the
just
way,
being
Antonio,
realistic.
everybody bashed us in the summer for Napoli. For us predicting that Napoli was not gonna be
We
in the
are not
top
there
two.
yet.
And everybody bashed you and I for saying that Inter was a real challenger, and people said that they're not a real challenger. So
But you're never out, Mike.
What are you talking about?
You're never out of the Champions League. You never know.
You know what I mean, though. I know you, never know.
Wait,
what's
what's
going
he
on.
But why not conserve your energy
did he-
for the
why- what's the
league?
response?
No, he said that Inter will never win this year. The Champions
I'm not gonna
League.
with
say-
that kind of mentality,
Listen,
how are
I'm
you
not-
expected
I
to
don't
win?
mean it like that. I mean, realistically,
Greece
they
have
can
won
win
the
the
Euro
Scudetto.
2004 with a mentality like
That's
that.
why Manolas went
Exactly.
to Napoli. They're doing poorly right
Exactly.
now. That's
I'm just
the
being
mindset
realistic.
mentality.
They can actually they have a better chance of winning Scudetto than winning the Champions League, is what I'm saying.
But why can't you do both? Why can't you compete in
Because
Champions
look
League
at their
and do?
roster. They're
Right.
playing D'Ambrosio. They're playing Borja Valero as a starter because they don't have.
Peter, do you agree
Come
that
on,
they should
guys,
go
They're
out?
killing me.
No, listen. If you win this game, you're making money. One,
And you can
then
buy more
don't
players
have-
in
Who cares about
January.
the money?
You
Win a
have to
trophy.
buy players
players, you
in
need money.
January.
Get
Hey,
a, they
Mike,
have money.
But it doesn't
Go for a
guarantee-
trophy.
so getting
I
out of
know it
Champions League doesn't guarantee a
You
score.
But
want
the
to go
cha-
for a trophy? Hold on.
the chances go up. You have a better
him a
percentage.
trophy.
You have a better
They
percentage.
have a
is,
game in February.
The thing is
We
that
want
the
more than
next
this.
round, those players might
gonna come back.
They'll
They'll
probably
be
be
back.
back.
Give it to Pete.
It's like Valentine's Day. It's like
Listen,
February, mid-February.
It's better to play one game a week than 2 games a week for your players.
Yeah, but your next game is in 2
All
months.
right, guys. Bottom line, it's the almost December.
I'm just being realistic.
yeah, it's done.
Almost
It's done.
December.
done.
Do well on your final. Do well in school. And then once you
Panettone.
finish with your homework, watch the podcast, rate us with 5 stars.
Yeah.
The merchandise is almost done.
Time for
This thing
footballtv.com.
here,
Do a post for us.
maybe today.
Do a post. Do a
Today
post.
is probably the last day, guys. This is the one. Believe me.
Beautiful, right?
I'm not, see, it's
Fresh.
been 10 days that I've been working on it. Have
you watched
said to me, don't you change? I said, no, I don't want to change.
Have you watched it?
No.
I knew it.
Self-watching.
Guys,
Stop this fight off the shelf. Forza Milan, we're not dead.
Forza
we're never
Inter,
gonna
baby.
die. You know what we are? AC Milan fan. Even when they shoot us, we're one of those people like the movies that.
Oh, you're Superman.
Matrix.
Yes, that they shoot
Matrix.
us, we get dead and we get up. We get up all the time.
9 lives.
We're 9 lives. We're never gonna die.
Guys, if
okay?
you buy merchandise, please wash it. Please
yeah,
wash
please
it.
wash it, okay?
Don't be like
Please
Antonio.
don't do like Antonio. Guys,
go.
as always, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao.
Champions League's coming, boys.
3 hours over
That
there.
was freaking.